What's up, guys? Back in the garage. I am getting this down in there. I end up having to take off the mount plate. You see down here. Took it off, slid it out of the way. That way I could slide this into position and then bring the mount up and mount it that way. Because this lip here was getting in the way of the mount. Excuse me, it's hot out here. And then I was hitting the plate here in the bell housing. So looks like I'm getting it pretty seated into position. Things look to be pretty clear. I'm gonna go ahead and slightly mount the motor mount, see what happens. Looks like I might be able to use this power steering pump. We shall see. Things are really close, and I'm gonna mount this on the higher one so the block sits a little bit higher. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep working on it. As you can see, I didn't plan on really doing much. I was just kind of checking stuff out, but when I come out in the garage, I just kind of keep going and keep going. Don't know when to stop. Me and Pakun, we're done for the day. We got it mounted. Motor mounts are installed. I had to do a little bit of, see, everything's good. Had to do a little bit of drilling on this motor mount to get it to fit, even with all the adjustability. I'm here with the power steering pump for the 5.7. People were saying that you want to swap to the 4.3 stuff, but we are clearing the steering rack. I'm going to change this fitting out because both of these screw into the rack, and then these bolts here actually bolt into the rack, so it's going to bring it a little closer and hopefully clear this. I notched it out there. If I bring it in another, quarter inch, then this steering shaft will fit in there, hopefully not make any contact. If so, we will have to notch it out little by little and see what else is to go. I got a couple things to do to it, and then I'm going to start the wiring, figure out which wires come from here from the dash for RPM signal, speedo. Speedo probably goes straight to the rear. And ECU signal, so when you turn on the crank, I believe it used to run through here and go to the computer on the inside on the other side for the 12 volt power, which I'm going to wire up into my harness over there. So it looks like everything I'll be able to do with the engine in, but I'm not going to really mount anything yet until, like the fenders and everything on the front end, until we figure out all this, get it started, and then we can finish everything else. I'm going to need a oil filter relocator. Probably just do one where it's straight down, because this is going to hit the control arm in there. You can see the filter wheel, which then I can delete these cooler lines that tons of people delete because they're not necessarily needed. Supposedly that's what I hear. And then it's less leakage, because those things leak all the time. Another thing is this dipstick. From changing the engine and all kinds of movement and stuff, it actually broke the seal, leaked out all my tranny fluid, most of it. So I'm going to make sure, see if I can replace that seal down there. Hopefully it's good, and then add fluid. My hope is that I will not have to pull the engine back out to do any of that, and also any of the seals or drop the tranny or anything. I still have to do the bell housing bolts. We're really close there. Just give it a wiggle. Probably move the transmission side to get this. There's a dowel pin in there that's not lined up yet, but it's about a quarter inch off on the tweaking. But other than that, everything's starting to move. I will start to tweak on it, maybe here and there, and get it closer and closer till I can finally move it out of the garage with the fender front end on, and pull the 240 in here, because I got a lot of parts I would like to put on that car, and then put this on the back burner for a winter project, because then I'll be able to pull it all the way in without this hoist and everything, work on it. What's up? We're back. Just finished mounting it yesterday. Today we're gonna do a couple installs. This is the seal for the transmission dipstick tube. This is also the seal. I'm gonna try and use this one just because it covers more surface area and it's supposed to create a better seal. But I'm going to pull the old one out and see what it uses, because I don't even know what it looks like under there. But just from changing the engine, I moved this around and just pinched the seal, probably damaged it. This here is, oh, I gotta open it. Set you right there. Alright, so this here is a oil filter, I guess adapter kit or relocator, I don't know what you would call it. But it just goes on like this and it's straight down, so that way the filter isn't this way hitting anything. This is weird. It's got this piece here. It looks like a poppet valve or something. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I'm not too familiar with this thing. But yeah, it looks like a oil pressure valve, and I don't know, that's weird. Anyways, so I'm gonna start doing that. Okay, excuse the garage for the mess. But here is what I'm installing, and it's just gonna go like this, so the oil filter will come straight down. This is what that part is replacing, this whole piece. Those are cooler lines that go to the radiator, and then as you can see it mounts up, and the oil filter comes this way, so then it hits the frame on this truck, where normally the frame won't be in the way. So instead it's just going to come from here straight down. So that's the plan. I'm going to see what it looks like when I mount it. I'm not sure if this is going to work or if I need another plate, so let me get down there and see. So there's where it's going right there. Installing it in there. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I think I need an adapter plate for it. So let's see. But this had the old style, you see here, or the new style, the good kind. So I'm going to replace it with this one here. Just press it in there and then stick this tube in here. This is where you fill your transmission. I was rocking it and stuff when I was pulling out the other engine, but it's weird because the way the V8 goes, it's really easy. I would say it's easier than the other engine I had back there. But then again, this harness here was back there blocking everything. So it'll go in easy, easy swap. Lost a lot of fluid, but why not do a fluid change on an old transmission? Probably smart while I have it up to change the filter too, but I'm not gonna do it. It's not that difficult of a job, so I'll leave it down the line if it's not shifting correctly. So remember that for whenever I'm changing it, because it's not shifting correctly. Alright, there it is. Notice anything different? The best feeling when you're doing a swap, engine hoist is no longer attached. It hasn't been attached, but with it out of the way, it feels so much better. You hear that squeaking? Oh yeah. Probably need an alternator. I might just rob that alternator. See if that works. Looks like it will. Anyways, so yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up all this junk, clean up the shop. Garage is actually what it is, but clean it up, put some things away, get them organized. I got some buddies coming over tomorrow. We're gonna have a barbecue, drink some beer, and maybe mess around with this. Who knows? It's been a while. Oh, I gotta turn on the light. Look how smooth this rides. Sheesh. Sheesh. That's my baby girl right there. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's badass.
Still gonna make a couple runs to the junkyard for intake plenum, blower motor, just a couple things. It looks like it's wired for subs, which doesn't really matter to me, but I'll just leave that somewhere, I guess. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying. Try not to make it too boring, but honestly, this is a boring part of the build, especially because I don't have all the parts and stuff I need, and I'm not trying to buy everything at once when I don't need it yet. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Give me any inputs on anything if you got anything. Thanks.